G'day football fans and welcome back to episode 11 of Brentford to Big Time. Today we are taking on West Bromwich Albion in the Premier League. It has been quite a run of fixtures and, you know, the great news following on from last episode, we're definitely fully fit. We might not be. Anyway, let's get into it. We've got plenty to catch you up on. Before we do though, make sure you do leave us that like down below, subscribe if you're new around here, comment what you think of the video, and maybe if you know a good physiotherapist or two, if you could comment that down below, might appreciate that one. Yeah. We will start then, of course, on the, where else? At the physio's table. When you last with us, it was Michael Elise and Ryan Shirky who were out. That's still the case. As you can see here, Michael Elise out for another 4 weeks, so potentially coming back towards the end of March. Ryan Shirky, probably not too far away. I think his injury is now to the yellow stage. It might be. I'm not sure. He's still in the rehabilitation phase though, so it's not going exactly well. Fairly recently, Brian Mbeumo, another two torn hamstrings. It might be because of the intensity. I'm now starting to think. Torn hamstring. We beat Tottenham, as you can see there. He tore his hamstring. He's out for another 7 weeks. He's out till the start of April. And then most recently, in fact, during this week, during training, you may hear my dog in the background. One of my two dogs is in the room with me right now, and yeah, it's the younger one who's a bit more enthusiastic. So he might be annoying. It is what it is. Torn abdominal muscle for Daichi Kamada, so he is out for 3 months. That's not how that works. 5th of March, expected. That's not 3 months. I guess that's sort of 6 weeks. Yeah. So he may return this season. Maybe not. We may have seen the last of Daichi Kamada, but you know, I guess it's been a pretty good season, all things considered. Let's catch you up on the results since you were last here. So of course, the last time you were here was this game here against Leicester City. We did go down 1-0. It was a bit of a ball draw. I mean, there was a penalty and that was all that happened in that one. So sorry about that. We then beat Aston Villa 2-1. They took the lead early on. Then goals from Daichi Kamada and Ivan Toney got us through. Then a 1-1 draw against West Ham, who I feel like beat us last time. Yeah, so for some reason we just can't get past West Ham. It was also a 90th minute equaliser, which isn't ideal. We've then lost away at Old Trafford, which it's fine. It just sort of sucks that it was 2 Calvert-Lewin goals late on too. Bit of a goal fest, 5-3 it was. Goals from Mbeumo, Toney and Damsgaard. Keeping it close, but at the end of the day, not quite close enough. We did then win again in the cup competition, which is absolutely unreal. We beat Sheffield Wednesday 3-1. Goals from Toney, a couple from Damsgaard, and then one back for Sheffield Wednesday before we went on to get clean sheets against both Tottenham and Manchester City, beating them 1-0 against Tottenham, 2-0 against Manchester City, which I believe means we did the double over Manchester City. That's a highlight of this season, I think. Getting a like a league double without them scoring a goal, even with Erling Haaland. Can we see? It's going to take too much time, but the point is, I was going to see if Haaland played in both, but the point is, they haven't scored against us, and that's all that matters. Most recently, took us a while, but we did end up beating Blackpool until the second half of extra time, so 106 minutes in, Bidstrup gets a goal, then Toney puts the icing on the cake, putting us through to the quarterfinal where, as you see, just a couple of games ahead of now, we've got West Ham, so breaking up these tough fixtures against like United, Tottenham, City, Newcastle, Arsenal, Liverpool. We've got West Ham, Blackpool and Sheffield Wednesday chucked in there, so it's been pretty up and down really. But our form hasn't been, and that's what really matters at the end of the day, I guess. Today's fixture, though, is this West Brom one. We do have, you know, not too long left in the season. If you look at the competitions here, they only wanted us to be competitive in the FA Cup, which, if you zoom in on it, says that they're not expected to get beyond the 3rd round. We're now into what would be the 6th round, which is the quarterfinals. Carabao Cup, it is what it is. I hope they don't care, because we did get knocked out in the 2nd round. As for the league, though, look at that. I mean, Yes, there's a while to go. There's a 10-point gap ahead of us with before we catch Manchester City in 5th, which isn't good. But we're on 47 points. Oh, Bournemouth and West Brom are not looking good, are they? That is there's a dire situation. But with 9 games to go, 47 points, we're in European places. What? I no part of me expected that. We'll see how we go next season, though. I mean, obviously we've got a little while yet to go in this season, but look, all things going well, we should potentially have Europe, whether it's through the FA Cup, whether it's through the league. Fingers crossed. We might need some attacking players back fit, maybe. That might assist. But we might get there. That would be well ahead of schedule, and who knows, maybe that'll mean that we end up staying here forever. Who knows? Let's see. As for the squad, apart from those key injuries to almost all of our attackers, a couple of things I do want to note. Alban Lafont, he's already signed a second contract. So he signed one. Obviously, we bought him at the start of this season. We've already given him a new contract so that we could take out what was a release clause. I know there's one here for Champions League clubs with a £20 million fee, which isn't ideal. But previously, that clause was about 16 million. And he had another one that was about 29 million for just any club. Could get him for 29 million. So we've taken that out. We've also then got Mikkel Damsgaard on a huge wage. Just a huge wage. Way too much money. But he was getting to the point where he was wanted by Liverpool. Chelsea wanted him for a bit. He was starting to get, wanted by some big clubs. So we've tied him down a bit. Hopefully, he can stick around for a while because he has been absolutely sensational this season. Other players to, talk about. Not many, really. Those are the most important ones at this stage. Christopher Ayer still wants to leave. He's still wanted by Atletico Madrid. You can see Ivan Toney is wanted by Juventus, which is weird. But I think at 28, I'd have to consider selling him. He is very well rounded, though. If you do look at his stats here, like he is very, very well rounded and playing as a complete forward now. He's been very, very good. So maybe we need to tie him down too. I mean, he's not one of our top earners anymore. With Damsgaard earning double what he earns. Yeah, let's not tell Ivan about that one. We will struggle to field an attacking lineup here with. I mean, Daniel Marlin may have to start. I don't think so. Actually, we've been going with what we've been going with. If we look at form here for Nico Williams, you can see against Manchester City, he played right winger. He grabbed himself a goal. He also played right wing against United and West Ham. He also played on the right wing against Solly Lamore's, got himself another goal there as well. So maybe that's what we go with. He's been doing a decent enough job. And looking at the squad and the injuries in the squad, don't really have many options. Alright, let's head to the lineups. It's going to be a quick video today. Let's head to the lineups and see how we shape up. So here we go then. The lineup will be Alban Lafont, of course, in goals. Back four is Roerslev, Ayer, Pinnock, and Rico Henry. Midfield three, it's Janelt, Norgard, and Bidstrup. Attacking trio, I guess, is Williams at right wing. Damsgaard is an inside forward on the left-hand side with Toney up front. Damsgaard has been in absolutely electric form. He got goal of the month for his effort against Manchester City, which was just a sweeping counter-attack that ended up with him firing in from the edge of the box. Williams is in his best form, playing out of position. Janelt and Norgard have a good partnership here. I'm considering perhaps when we get a bit more quality and I can sort of start to believe in us a bit more. That doesn't sound good, does it? I'm going to push this central midfielder forward as well, because I think if you look at the pass maps, you can see that these players end up being very, very close, and I know it makes sense, and I didn't expect it to go any differently, but we might need to move him further up the pitch. Advanced playmaker Mazzala, do like two Mazzalas, and that sort of, I was going to say quadrant, but that's not the right word. Whatever fivesome behind him, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, placed on the bench for Pontus Jansson. He may get his first appearance of the season. Probably not. And then you can't see, but down here all the injured fellas who are missing out. Kamada, Mboyamo, Shirky, and Elise. It's going really well. All right, let's head through. The results have gone well, though. Rico Henry is not liking playing an inverted wing back, but he's training in that role, so eventually he will get good at it, and he's playing plenty of football there. So let's say that the media is giving us a right pumping up, and we have deserved it with the results that we've had. I mean, last season they do have a fairly similar formation to us. I guess we have wingers there and then the holding midfield there. Last season, as I covered a couple of episodes ago now, in the off-season we had offers from Mönchengladbach, Schalke and Roma, I think it was. Look at their goal difference, is minus 55. Jeebus, minus 55. Absolutely crazy. I'm anticipating potentially other offers. Look, I'm not going to go ahead and claim that I'm at the same level or deserving of the role, but I don't think Pep Guardiola's signed a new contract. So if Manchester City come calling and that's where we can take our talents and take this formation, probably going to have to go. Especially if we can, that's the sort of thing where we would be able to push that midfielder further up because, I mean, we'd have the talent around him and the quality of defenders and holding midfielders to be able to sit behind him. And look, I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Let's focus on today's game away at West Brom. We haven't been as good away from home as we have been at home in all competitions basically across the season. But of course, recently we did win away at Manchester City, so that was clearly a fairly decent result. And I should say also with that result, it wasn't exactly smash and grab type thing. We actually really competed well with them. It wasn't as if they completely dominated us and we caught them on a counter twice. We did catch them on a counter, but we were evenly matched really throughout the match, and that's all amazing, to have made that much of a leap over the past, it's got to be 2 years now since we took charge, because it was it the 10th of March? Oh, I can't remember now, but it was around this time in March 2023 that we took charge, so it's been a wild ride over 2 years, to the lows of last season when we were just about on the verge of the sack for quite some time really, through to now where we're looking at Europe, which is absolutely crazy, and long may it continue, unlike this football match, which has been absolutely rubbish. I don't think there was a single highlight. I may have talked through it, but I don't think there was a single highlight. Let's get out there. Let's hit them with a fire up. I don't know why it always seems to be. Here's a corner. Here we go. Here's a highlight. It is West Brom with the corner towards the back post, headed away by Christopher Ayer. Chalobah gets it back, gives it to Joe Bryan. Is that Joe Bryan? What's his name? Off the bar. That was a good effort there. No, Keane Bryan. I think that's who I was talking about. Who I meant in my head when I said Joe Bryan. I think Joe Bryan is a female comedian. What was I talking about? I can't even remember now. Something about something, probably. 53 minutes in now. We are hoping that we can start to actually create something, because as you see here, we're not 6 shots, 43 on the or 0.43 I should say on the XG, which isn't ideal, especially against a side that have struggled very much defensively. Look, I don't want to start making excuses, but I have a feeling, hear me out now, that it may have something to do with our lack of attackers. We're going to take Bidstrup off for Jensen. We've put Daniel Marlin on the left-hand side. Damsgaard moved across to the right-hand side. Roslev is on a yellow card, so we'll bring on... Yeah, let's bring on Aaron Hickey for him. Aaron Hickey can play on the right-hand side, so we will hope that... Look, we can do something. We're missing all of our good creative players. Like, Mbermo's been fantastic this season, and then we're missing Michael Elise, who's clearly one of our best players. We're missing Daishi Kamado, who's one of our best players, and a great, attacking creative force. And now Damsgaard's not performing this game. So that's... Why is this the game that you see? How has this happened? Games have been either really boring when you've watched them, or we've got hammered, like that Liverpool game. Alright, almost 80 minutes. Okay, we got to do something. Let's hit early crosses, buddy. Distribute quickly. We just need to do Something, man. This is getting stupid. We do have subs left, but I don't know if we have any that are going to change anything going forward, because that's what we need. Don't really think we do have anything that can change us going forward. We legitimately don't. Like, I wouldn't look at any of these players on the bench and think that they could do us a job moving forward, more so than any of the players on there. Like, literally, like, Pinnock for Evan and Dika might help us. I don't know. Call me crazy. I don't know. Maybe it'll do something. I'm not entirely confident, but, you know, we'll see. You can see our pass map. This is what I was talking about. Like, really, I mean, you can see, I think that's the Mazzala there, but they should be getting higher up the pitch than that. Chance here, headed away cross there, but Donyell Marlin wins it back. He's on the ball again, into the box. That was promising from Donyell Marlin just because he actually did something, just because he was involved at all. I'm happy. Here's a corner, Damsgaard swinging this one in, hopefully to Evan Ndika's head. No, Jensen back. I don't know what happened there. I don't understand what happened there. Oh god, and now it's just going to peter out and we're going to get nothing from it. I mean, we're starting to, you know, take charge, I guess, possession and chance wise, but we just haven't actually done the business. 2 minutes to go, and in the last 2 videos you've seen 1 goal, and it was a penalty in 8 minutes. How have we done that? How have we done that? That is... sorry about that. Sorry. So, key injuries in attacking places really starting to show there, I suppose. With a blunt tooth, we barely made a dent, not even a scratch. Hopefully, you know, as you can see here, it doesn't have Ryan Shirky listed. So hopefully we're starting to get people back, and with 6 days between fixtures, hopefully we get a bit of fitness back and form and finish out the season well, I guess. That's what you'll have to tune in next video to find out. Next video will be the last game of the season, or, full disclosure, not entirely expecting it, so I think it'll be this Fulham game, but if we make the FA Cup final, I'll do a double. So we will do the FA Cup final and the last game of the season, so you'll see both of them, alright? That's my promise to you. Or you're just getting Fulham and I'll recap whatever happens from here. Hopefully it involves goals and attackers though. We haven't conceded in 4 games though, that's pretty good. That's something, right? I just need something. Okay, I need something. After that, I need to be able to take something from it. Anyway, thank you guys very, very much for watching today's video. Make sure you do leave a set like down below. Subscribe if you are new around here. Just hit 150, which is absolutely crazy. Again, weird. Just weird to think that there's that many people that want to watch these videos. Anyway, until next time, when we go again in search of the back of the net, I guess. Peace.